but it's a pretty simple process. It just takes a little bit of time. For this 3-color job for the 18 by 24 poster, I already have, I would assume, 10 to 14 hours into the design because I kept changing things and refining things. It's all vector artwork, and so most of it was things that I either drew myself or I went through and I took a photo and created the artwork off of that photo. I probably have about 2 hours into redoing separation so they work right. I have another 2 hours into prepping the linoleum, trimming it down, getting the separations ready, gluing it down to the pieces of MDF, and then getting down here and centering the artwork, getting it ready to actually transfer artwork onto the linoleum. So that's where we're at, part 3. Alright, what I have here is a chart pack marker. It's an art marker available at most art stores, or you can use xylene. Some people even use wintergreen oil. These work better because I can use it like a pen. I'm going to use a Sharpie on the end to burnish it, because once the toner is loose from the paper, you're going to want to burnish it, and that way it transfers onto the linoleum itself. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start in this corner, and I'm just basically going to work my way down and across. I want to start in the corner because I'm going to do a little bit, and I'm going to peel it up. If you don't peel it up after a couple times, what it's going to do is it's going to adhere the paper onto the linoleum, and then it's just a big mess. So basically we just use the marker, we color over where the artwork is. And so on this one there's this line that runs all the way through. So I'm going to color over that line, get that line done up to this point, and then I'm going to cap this really quick. I'm going to take my Sharpie. We're going to start burnishing this out. Get that toner. Now that it's loose, and get that toner to transfer on over. If you use too much pen, it'll start doing some weird stuff. But you can see right here, we've already put a black line that goes around. Now I'm going to jump in and I'm going to start doing this face and then work my way across with the text. So here we go. What I'm doing is I don't have to color in any spots other than where the actual image is. And so if I know where the image is, like basically right here, I could follow this arc around on the circle. I could follow the outline of the shoulders, head, the hat, the face. Just follow it through because I know that there's a lot of toner in this area. Okay, transfer the eyes. Transfer the mustache, the nose. Okay, so I got that much done. I'm going to go ahead, use the end of this, get it burnished before it starts to evaporate, because it's going to evaporate pretty quick. It's going to disperse. We want to make sure that it hits the paper and doesn't end up just drying out. I could check it. Looks like we need more burnishing through here. Okay, that way you can see what your artwork is doing. I could check it again. Looks like we're a little bit thin over here. Okay, and you can see how the artwork's starting to transfer. So basically we're just going to start working our way over. I will jump back into this once I get this one finished. Be here snipping it up. Okay, So, some things that you notice on this, missing a little bit of a border right here. We have some connection issues with things in here. And so, what I would do is I get my Sharpie. So this is going to be all block cut anyway. I'm going to go ahead and draw my line down there where my edge needs to be. This piece still needs to curve around. And so I'm going to draw that in a little bit more. This piece right here is missing the connection. Right here where I had a seam, I'm also missing a connection with my tie. So I'm going to place some connected dots. Again with these. And we know that those come up like that. Looking at my artwork, I can see how this comes down. And right there it wraps around, and that's what we're missing. We're missing that little bit of wraparound right there. And then again, I can put this piece in. Got kind of weird down here. My page shifted. That's one thing that you need to do is make sure that it's anchored nice. Because what happened is this little corner of my artwork shifted. And so it drew everything in, but this text right here is going to have to be modified just slightly. Like this needs to come through. Just because stuff got a little out of whack. And so that's going to actually have to come like that for it to be fixed, which is fine. But there you have it. There's plate number 1. I hope you enjoyed how to get your art transferred and set up your own linoleum blocks. Because basically, a piece of linoleum twice this big would be $60 in an art store. I got 3 18 by 24s for $60. It's about 10 or 12 bucks for a full sheet of MDF, and they'll cut it for free at Home Depot. I paid $2 for the liquid nails. That was enough to hold down all 3 of my pieces of art to the board. Paid about $15 for a thing of xylene to refresh my markers because these were all dried out. And so I just dipped the tips in xylene and let them sit there for a couple hours, and it actually soaked up into the marker itself, which refreshed them and let me use those. And so yeah, so far into this project, I'm probably into this large poster roughly $100 at the most. So it's pretty cost effective. It's going to take a lot of time. I just spent 45 minutes transferring the art for one of these. I have 2 more to go. And then I would estimate 4 to 6 hours cutting linoleum.